My name is Holly Aaron Copeland. I'm a certified biofield tuning practitioner, and today I'm going to share with you a practice that I've been doing for several years personally now, every morning. And this practice uses the 174 Hertz fork. This is 174 is the first fork in the solfeggio frequencies. These are frequencies that are known, specific frequencies. There are 9 of them. There were originally 6, they're now 9, and they are known to promote well-being on the human body. And these frequencies are embedded in the ancients knew about these. They're embedded in Sanskrit chants and mantras, Gregorian chants, and more recently they kind of were accumulated in a set of 9 specific frequencies that benefit human health and well-being. The first of those is 174. And this frequency, if you look it up and read about it, is known to relieve tension and stress and reduce pain in the human body. What I use it for is, or how I use it, I guess I should say, is to use it as a scan for my body in the morning to see, just like a check-in with my chakras, see how things are doing, and learn to listen to the fork and get to know its frequency in relationship to the tone, in relationship to my different chakras. So I take several minutes each morning to do this, and this has been a very helpful way to get to know my own body and what it sounds like, and get to know the fork and my forks and what they feel like. So I'm going to go through this with you today. So literally, I just strike my fork here. I start at the top, and I just start moving down. I close my eyes while I do this, although I'll mostly keep them open here. I close my eyes and just feel now over my head and over my third eye. What does that feel like? I notice and listen for changes in the tone. Sometimes it sounds a little muted. Sometimes it sounds a little sharp. I'm about maybe 6 inches away, by the way, from my head. Sometimes it sounds a little noisy. And then what I especially am looking for or feeling is, where do I notice in my body? How does my body respond to this? So I might feel, even though, like just now, even though had it over my head, I could feel some energy in my heart moving. And then if I feel a change in tone, like right now, I can feel my heart energy shifting and moving while it's over my throat. So I'm going to stay here because it's moving and balancing the energy. And I'm going to breathe in and out. Now you could do this with any fork. You don't have to just have the 174, but I think the 174, Eileen in Biofield Tuning calls it the workhorse fork, and I understand why. It has a very clear, pure tone. It's easy to hear, and it's easy to hear changes in it. And it also feels as though this fork has a very interesting relationship with the body. The body really loves and drinks in this frequency. Okay, I'm coming down to the heart now. I'm going to feel into the heart. And often when I get to the heart, I will pull out, I'll comb, in Biofield Tuning speak, I'll comb out. And if I feel it catch somewhere, if I feel a little resistance, I'll stop and I'll hold it there and let the fork dissipate that resistance. And you might especially notice on the heart a space about 14 inches from the heart that my other teacher, Jonathan Goldman, calls the altar of faith, a place of faith and trust in our heart space. So This is a beautiful place to really let open and clarify. It's also, he also calls it the space of infinite potential, which I love. So good place to harmonize, right? Clear out any dissonance, any distrust, so that we have a very pure altar of faith and trust. Okay. I'm going to move to the solar plexus. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to scan down. I'm going to come to the solar plexus. I'm going to hold it here about 6 inches out, and then I'm going to comb out. And where I meet any resistance, I'm going to take some nice slow breaths. And I'm going to keep going. And like right now, I'm feeling a strong pull in the back of my head. So where I feel a lot of energy, I'm going to stop and hold it there. Now I'm going to move down to my sacral chakra. If you meet an area that sounds kind of deadened, this is an area where your body is drinking it in. Think of your body as soaking in the vibration. So it's needing some of that. It's saying, yes, give me more of this. So those are especially good places to stop and hold the fork. So the fork becomes like a mirror, mirroring back to us what it sees, and we can learn to read this mirror, interpret it, interpret the language of the fork. This is why I have listened to my own body every single day, because I want to learn the language of my own body and my own body's frequency. And yes, when I was going through difficult times, I noticed that it sounds different. It's not always as clear and pure as it sounds to me right now. So those are great times to learn to feel the fork, so you know what that sounds like too. I'm coming down to the root chakra now. Again, remembering to breathe. And your body will actually prompt you to breathe. So if you feel like taking in a big breath, definitely do. That's your own body clearing the energy. Okay, there you go. There's a single body quick tune with the 174 fork. I hope you found this helpful, and please share any comments, any feedback in the notes below, and if you have any questions, also feel free to ask. All right, thanks for watching.